Hello friends, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm kind of like chilling out in my bedroom, and I thought I would do like a full year flip of, did you put makeup on? You need to clean your face. Don't put makeup on after you've taken a bath, that's not good for your skin. I don't know, sweetie. Can I film my video, please? Thank you. Anyway, so today I'm going to do a full year flip of my Hobonichi weeks for 2022. I just thought it would be fun to really just kind of dive in and show you guys the entire year in here. I do have flips on my channel of every single month, and I'll try to get through this quickly, but I will say that this was the first year I had ever used any Hobonichi products, particularly the weeks and the cousin, and I will say I really enjoyed using these planners. I pretty much stayed in this Moterm cover for the entire year. I think I went into like the Galen cover that I have for a very short while, but it's like really long in comparison to the weeks, and it drove me bonkers. So it's a beautiful leather, but it just wasn't for me. I like slim profile and for my planners to fit in things nicely. So definite wear and tear on this planner. At some point I took the clear cover off. This is a mega, and it is also in the color peach, but to me it's pink. So I just have like some minimal decor here. That was from Paper Planner Bliss. Sticky notes as always. I had tipped in this vellum from Latua Notes, I don't know, pretty early in the year, and just left it in there. I made that myself, and that was from Style Planner. I did buy this like holidays list and yearly overview from SM Plans, and I never referenced this. So, yeah, there was just no point in that. And then this right here was my plan for this, was for it to be my yearly tracker, where I would track my cycle, headaches, migraines, and my workouts. I felt like it was important, especially with like the headaches and migraines, to have this with me like on the go to show my doctor if I wanted to talk about that. But also wanted to track my cycle because I was having a lot of issues, and I ended up having a hysterectomy in May. Sorry, kid. Okay, I tightened it up, so hopefully he won't move it. You good? All right. So anyway, so I had a hysterectomy in May, so I don't really have to worry about tracking my cycles. I was tracking my workouts just to kind of see how consistent I was. I just fell off after July. Like, I didn't put not one more dot. I think I dotted August 1st. And then after that, I didn't touch this section. So you are going to see a lot of like inconsistencies in this planner. So I used my weeks as like my on-the-go planner, and to do like pre-planning stuff. If you guys catch my Plan With Me's, you know, like I reference this quite a bit throughout the year. I mean, throughout every week, just to kind of like see what the heck was going on. Because sometimes I just scribble in multiple places. And then what I did was I did pre-decorate every single month. And then I just used the monthly however I needed to. I started like, there was a learning curve for me with the paper. I had to figure out what pens I liked in here, what pens worked, what pens didn't smudge, because initially I was like, I don't know if this is going to work because the ink keeps smudging. But I kind of fell into a groove here. So I started off, and you'll see like kind of decorating and making things pretty, and then I was like, I just need this to function. So I had like color coding systems. I noted all important events and whatnot. I use different washes. I think the majority of these washes are either like from Amazon or Paper Minty Studio. I use different colors, that type of thing. Noted just appointments, birthdays, my girls' activities. And then August is when I got really, really busy because both of my girls were doing like completely separate activities. So it was a lot of like coordinating schedules. I also had like a really like rough work year up until probably August, maybe September. So work was very hectic as well. So it was just a lot to manage. And I think without my weeks, I would have really struggled. I also used this sum for grad school because I graduated grad school in May, but you'll see my weeks were very busy. I had like color systems for my girls, activities and whatnot. And then I did kind of briefly plan the first quarter. And then you'll see my weeks here. So I kind of started like just whatever, like having fun. I wasn't worried about it being aesthetically pleasing. I did the line thing here, and I did this a lot for like my grad school classes and stuff like that. Like I would note if I spent money, like sometimes like if I forget, I tried doing like a memory of the day to buy, you know, just kind of like whatever. And then it just became whatever I needed it to be in that moment. These cute stickers were from V's shop. This was Christmas week. We went to Helen, Georgia in 2021. That was fun. So I kind of would have like moments where I posted, or I put pictures in. We bought my van. So this kind of served as like a planner, but it's also like a book of memories, right? It's always loud in my house. And some weeks you'll see are busier than others. Some weeks I did more decor than others. I don't know what happened that day, but something happened because I did the face. I just used various stickers. I really liked these stickers. Those were either from Planner Monkey Co. or from Paper Planner Bliss. I'm not sure. That little squirrel is cute. That's from Pen, Paper, and Plans. But yeah, that was when Malayo's in their beauty walk. And you can see it's like messy scribbles. It made sense in my mind, and sometimes I just had to get it on paper. So I really enjoyed using this planner. I mean, there were times like, yeah, for a bit I was trying to track my workouts, but you know, you can see I struggled last year with health and fitness. I was very inconsistent. I was having a lot of, I was experiencing a lot of pain last year on top of stress. So that didn't help. But yeah. Cute sticker. That's from Pen, Paper, and Plans. I think that one is too. It's beautiful. So, I mean, I had some good times where like I knew like exercising, if I could find the time, worked. And then you'll see like I started using fountain pens. I think this was a Diatramentis Alexander Hamilton. I loved that ink, and I used it in everything I could. It was such a pretty deep purple. But yeah, see, this May is always crazy in my life. I think that's when I graduated from grad school. You know, end of school year. We were hiring new people. Like it was just busy. And then we had some sick day. Like we spent a lot of time sick last year too. And then you'll see it's going to start slowing down because I ended up having my surgery here. So I had some blank spreads. I was kind of like writing about how I was feeling. Smudgy ink.
I'm saying hi.
Okay, baby. But yeah, it was definitely just what I needed it to be in that moment. I would do like mixes of pens. Like I would do fountain pens. I would do regular pens. I was making study plans because I was studying for my professional license. Lists. Those are sticky notes from Ardnas. But yeah, there were some weeks, again, I didn't use this side because I didn't need it. That was when we had our girls' beach trip. I love the beach. That's Destin, Florida. It's one of my favorite beaches. The water's so pretty. And then July started getting really busy. I wasn't supposed to go back to work until August. I ended up doing a lot of work stuff towards the end of July. So, yeah. More sticky notes. I used a lot of sticky notes in here. Grocery list. I would take this. I would have like my weeks out in the grocery store and write stuff down. So I'd have like grocery lists, and then like when Sophie started playing soccer, I had a list of stuff she needed. So there was no like real like ongoing structure, I guess is the point I'm trying to make here at all. I mean, Sophie wrote in it. She would help me. I was trying like these like meal planning on sticky notes. I ended up working out my system. And then at some point I received a job offer. I think that was when my new position was confirmed by the BOE. And then I was offered prior, but it was a contingent offer on board approval. And then it was, you know, confirmed start date. And then I actually started my new job, which I'm really enjoying a lot. Sticky notes again. That is a bright pink sticky note. I had to bring some of that stuff to work because we needed it. And then I was meal planning again. I mean, again, scribbly bits everywhere. This was a well-used planner for the most part, but there were, like I said, times where it was just like, this is all I can manage, is these like timed appointments, and nothing else was written. But yeah, I enjoyed. I think this was when I went to the Pilot Juice. Sticky notes galore. I think I ran to the store like 3 times that week because I kept forgetting stuff. And then I went on break for winter break on that day, and I printed out these like super cute stickers. I found them online for free and just printed them on sticker paper. Started kind of playing with different colored inks again. And then this was the final week in this week's. And then we get to my pages. So I did pretty good as far as writing down like important things, events, that type of stuff. Like just kind of what we did. I was using like a color of the month and kind of stopped that. I wasn't consistent. My freaking vision board made it. I don't know how, but it did. This was my goals page. I was very ambitious with my goals last year. And yeah, it was too much. I had to hone that in. I made this page as an index, and I ended up going in afterwards and filling in the page numbers of like my collections and what all was in here. So I did like a Christmas movie comparison. I pretty much watched the same number of Christmas movies as last year, but I did watch different ones. Some of them are like, you know, like Elf and Christmas Story and Home Alone. All of those are totally like every year we're watching them, but I watched some others. Here was some travel stuff we did. I'd like to travel more in the upcoming year. This was a fun spread, and I still, I wanted to film this video before I wrote because I wanted it, this was going to be personal and I didn't want it to be all over YouTube. But what I decided to do was I took a photo of my daughter on December 31st, 21, and then December 31st, 22, so I could compare how much they had changed. And both of my girls really changed a lot in 1 year's time. It was really cool to see. So I'm going to do that again next year. I fell behind on my accomplishments. I accomplished a lot more than this, but again, just kind of fell behind. My book law, I've got a couple books in me. I didn't do a whole lot of reading last year. Shows and movies. I added Where the Crawdads Sing. I loved that book. The movie was actually pretty good. And I have left these notes pages blank for if I wanted to add more collections, and I never went back and did it. And then we just kind of get, this is like random stuff essentially. So I like noted some like beauty products I want to try. I've noted some of our Trader Joe's favorites, tips in a vellum. Yeah, I just took a bunch of notes. There was like a font I liked, so I just randomly wrote it in here. I was keeping track of our dinners. Let's see. I was doing some dailies in here. Not a ton. but some of them I had written down some stuff about my kids. I was comparing fountain pens. This was when the fountain pen journey began, March 12th. That was when I think ordered, yeah. That was when we went on a day trip to the beach. So I was like, don't forget to put all this in the car. Yeah, so just random notes. That's pretty personal. There were times like when my daughter was sick, I was keeping track of her fevers. Sophie would draw in here and write me notes. Packing list. I was writing down some Starbucks drinks. Anytime like I saw someone like post about a Starbucks drink that sounded good to me, I started trying to write it down. This was, I guess I had some more dailies. I did school supply lists. I mean, just bunches of random stuff. Like I would watch stuff and take notes in here. Again, Sophie would draw me pictures. Sophie and I kind of started a book log. We wrote 2 books down. I was like trying to map out my sinking funds for the upcoming year. I was at a conference and was taking notes on trauma. And then more random notes. We sponsored a kid for Christmas. Sophie drew me that. I was mind mapping some goals and all the grocery list. And that is my weeks. I did like some pen tests in here, which I enjoyed. And then I have like some currently inked pages, random, just I'm gonna have to block that out. Sticky notes. I tried to do this my 100 challenge and was not successful, and I kept a bunch of sticky notes back here that I would pull from as needed. And then my husband wrote me that because he was trying out one of my fountain pens. And that is my weeks. I really enjoyed being in the Hobonichi weeks this year. I can't wait to show you guys how I'm using the weeks for 2023. It's going to be a little bit different because if you saw my planner system video, I made some changes for the upcoming year. But I will say, for me being like first time user in Hobonichi weeks, I absolutely loved it. So anyway, thanks for going on the walking down, I guess what, memory road, or walking down memory lane. Why did I say memory road? Memory lane with me for 2022. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.